Greetings, church. It's Kevin Duclairon, and I wanted to catch up with you for a little bit here. I am in my storage, and I needed to take 5 minutes of your time, basically, to shed some light in here. It's kind of dark, to shed some light as to what's going on. Remember this poster that I gave you on Monday, I think it was, this here, right? Why is rape allowed publicly and privately by gay American standards? Psalms 119, 9 through 11, and Romans 2, 1 through 11. Well, the American government and the gays didn't honor it. The following day, they continued the same as they've always been. Today is Thursday, and I think I gave the message on Tuesday. They went right back that Tuesday night. They came. I slept on 4th in Washington in front of the Javin store. It's an Asian store. It's an Asian cafe where Gabriel came out twice and sexually assaulted and pierced me all night in my right foot and ankle. So it hurts a lot when she does that. Called the police, tried to file a report, and of course they belittled it and kept on going. So that was on Tuesday. Wednesday, same thing. Slept at, let's see, 4th. I moved to, from 4th, I went to last night, which is Wednesday night. I went to 9th Avenue in between Morrison and Alder. I think the address is 606 9th Avenue Southwest, in front of this business where there's nothing inside. It's a vacated area. It's a vacated space. So I slept in front of there, and she came out again, sexually assaulted me twice, left me erected, used me, pierced me. I got up, preached against her again. All the preaching is accomplishing absolutely nothing. The police reports are accomplishing nothing. When I tried, the police drove by. And of course, there was a construction area in the area. They opposed me. They came out against. From a distance. They didn't approach me to speak to me face to face, but they did come out against me because they didn't agree with me reporting and preaching against MacArthur. I spoke quite a bit, explaining to them what was going on, all the way to the Herbert Hoover, Bob Jones, John MacArthur, and to me. I spent quite a bit of time just talking and explaining what was going on against me as a church authority. I'm not allowed to be one in the country, and therefore, as a result of it, this is what's going on. Went to 24 hours. When I got there, the president was on the tube, so I tried to speak to him because there's a way, it's sort of like a two-way communication. I pulled out my Bible. I don't have it here, but I pulled out my Bible where there's a copy of the Emancipation on it, and I spat on it on purpose because I wanted him to understand that's your position. But he thought it was my position. It wasn't my position. It's their position. They're the ones spitting on the Emancipation when they ask us to submit to that as Africans. When they're asking us to submit to slavery, they're basically spitting on the Emancipation. They think it's me doing it. No, it's not me. It's them doing it. They're doing it because they're going backwards, you know. It's almost like when we have the Bible here, and the Bible says that homosexuality is an abomination, and then we put away the Bible, and then we say, do you want to come out? Okay, well, what was the purpose of me teaching against it if you're only going to offer it to me, right? I mean, isn't this position against this position, right? Right? Sanctification, purity, honor, so on and so forth. 1 Corinthians 6:9. And what is this? Is this hand here? Is this hand here goes here? Is that what we're saying? Are we talking about this when we do that? Or are we talking about this? What are we saying here? What are you talking about? Okay, that was what I was saying about the Emancipation. Anyway, moving on from there. And then I spoke to him a little bit in Spanish, trying to tell him that MacArthur and I are, right? MacArthur and I are like this because he's no good. Anyway, remember I told you that I received this letter from Water and Power, retirement letter, okay? And look at what it says here, all right? That's how much it has accrued to $2,199. Anyway, all the paperwork, all the emails, right, that I had sent and spoken to these people had been it led to rejection. This is the information that I sent them, and they said this is not valid. When I took it to the notary signed it. I asked them for the application, the withdrawal application form, right? Look at my response. I had it notarized, right? And this is the receipt of the notary. And some way, somehow, somebody came in here and they took out the email. The email that this is the two receipts for the notary. This one is for $5. This one is for $10. And this is the company that notarized it here. Okay. So they basically told me in an email that the notarized information, the notarized withdrawal application, and also the copy of the driver's license was not acceptable because it was under the name Kevin Duclairon. They changed their story. They had told me that if I fill out the application, they'll send me the check in the name of Ernst Duclairon. And then the problem was the cashing of it, that I might have trouble cashing it because I don't have ID with Ernst on it. So they changed it. They're lying, basically. You know, Los Angeles Water and Power lied. I think they lied about the retirement fund. I think they lied about the application. I think this was a plot and a plan to hit me. I'm not exactly sure what the outcome would have been. $2,000 just appeared out of nowhere. Anyway, this led me to contacting the New York DMV, filled out the application for it. So now I'm asking New York DMV for a copy of the of my original driver's license, which has the name Ernst Duclairon on it. So I have to pay $11 to see if I can get a copy of it. And who knows whether or not I'm going to get it, right? This company I called down, I had asked them to send me some information for one of these. They never emailed it. Melinda told me not to go down there. This is in Midmenville, because they are all Klan and they don't approve. So I'm not exactly sure. I went back to 3 Brookside Drive. This is the original house that I had grown in a Nanuet group home, and for some reason the picture here is flipped. So this is done the wrong way. When I went back to get the right one, it was completely removed out of the computer. So I'm not sure if MacArthur was the one who did it or if it was the group home who did it. Here's another thing. Trying to keep you up to date here, trying to keep this short. iPage, this company here, paid for the website, but can't seem to can't seem to upload the pictures and the videos. There's always trouble, whether it's in Chrome or any other. See, it's paid for here, and then there's another payment for the domain for $12.99. I pay for the name. I pay for the hosting. I pay for the year. See, 1 year. 1 year. It's all paid for. But MacArthur and Franklin are working together to take control over the site, and I can't do nothing with the site. If you go into the site and you don't like what you see, it's not me. It's them opposing. So they're opposing me here on the computer. They're opposing me here with the group home. I can't even call the group home to get any kind of. You understand what I'm saying. And this is not just for this. Here yesterday, they have these Pacific structures where I've been trying to purchase one. Like when you go on construction sites and you see those structures where they're temporary buildings. I was quoted $65,000 and $75,000 for a 12 by 32. And I'm thinking, that's way too much money. They're telling me that I need to have 5 years of business making $300,000. I mean, some of the things that they're quoting me is just, it's just gay clan talk. It's not even real. It's not even realistic. So they're doing it on purpose. This me having to go back to New York City. I think Gabriel Franklin has something to do with this. I think it's crooked. It's not clean. The water and power, the fact that they removed the last email, that's unclean too. Me addressing this issue here again. I mean, do you see the pattern and the uncleanness of what I'm dealing with here? This is what's going on here in the United States. And I go to this meeting here, and they set up a table where I'm dealing with a bunch of people from the gay community rather than Christians. It's just, and you wonder what happened in Florida. What just happened? Hurricane Michael, I think it is. Hurricane Michael, the fires in California, the tornadoes. I mean, just what is God trying to say here, right? I mean, this is the life that I've been given outside of Grace Community Church. What is God saying here? What is God saying? I mean, even church leadership. I sat at a table. I don't even know who these people were. I walked away not even with one phone number. 3 years. I walked away with not even a phone number, and couldn't even share this with any of these leaders. You got to wonder, what is God saying here to you, church? What is God saying to you? I'm not talking to the unbelievers. I'm talking to you, the body of Christ. What is God saying here concerning the life that we're living, and when Christians have to live this way, right? As you can see, there's no sanctuary here. 20 years, no sanctuary. There's no one else. There's no one else here, except for Elvira that I have here for what is this? For the holiday, right? Can I show you Elvira for the holiday? Look, I've got Elvira here. Right? That's about as close to another human being that and I'm not even supposed to have that up. That's about as close to another human being that I have. What is God saying here? Maybe he's saying repent, right? This isn't how it's supposed to be.